Good morning สวัสดีครับ Under Secretary Matthew, Director March, friends from the Philippines and the PMCA community, I'd like to thank the Department of Education for inviting me to make a short presentation on the Princess Mahachakri Award Foundation. At this activity arranged by Dep ED on the online forum on the Global Teacher Prize Ambassador and the Princess Mahachakri Award Forum. Just to recap, the Princess Mahachakri Award is an award given every 2 years to teachers from 11 countries, ASEAN and Timor-Leste. The criteria is quite simple. The awardees are the teachers who change lives of students and have made significant impacts to community development. The award itself comprises of a Princess Mahachakri Award Gold Medal, a Gold Honorary Brooch, a Princess Mahachakri Award plaque, a prize money of $10,000 US, and a certificate of honor. So this is a picture of the gold award and the brooch and the plaque. In general, the PMCA Foundation provides a very broad criteria for all 11 Ministries of Education and to set up their own detailed criteria for selection. We understand that the character of education, the needs of the education system is really context dependent. It's specific to each country. I think each Ministry of Education would submit the nomination to the Princess Mahachakri Award Foundation, and then all the 11 names are presented to Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn for approval during the annual meeting, which takes place around April. Once the nominations are endorsed, the PMCA committee members will visit 11 nominees at their respective schools to learn more about their work. During the visit, the Foundation Task Force will pay a courtesy visit to the Ministry of Education and the Royal Thai Embassy in each country. Personally, I have met Under Secretary Matthew and Director March at least 3 times during my 3 visits. The selection process in general takes about 1 year. As I mentioned that the award is given every 2 years, normally in October. The time and the date would be given by Her Royal Highness. We provide guidelines and working calendar to ASEAN country and Timor-Leste at the beginning of a calendar year, and the selection process depends on each country. This would take about 1 year. In the second month of the subsequent year, the names of the nominees would be submitted to the foundation, and when Her Royal Highness chairs an annual meeting in April, the name of the nominees would be approved by Her Royal Highness, and then we have an intervening period of about 5 to 6 months to visit all the 11 teachers. The award ceremony normally takes place around October. These are basically pictures of the 33 awardees from 11 countries in 3 rounds of the award. The first round is in 2015. That year was the 60th anniversary of Her Royal Highness 60th birthday. And then we have the second round in 2017 and the third round in 2019 and the fourth round in 2021, which is next year. For the Philippines, I think it is a privilege that the foundation have honored 3 outstanding Filipino teachers. The one is Mr. William Moraca. Mr. Moraca worked at Adaltal Salvan Elementary School in General Santos, the Mindanao. He just retired. This shows where the Mr. Moraca School is, in the southern tip of the Mindanao. The environs. What impressed me is basically the intricate bamboo huts in that area. I visited the school twice in 2015 and I think it's in 2019. The pictures of activities at the school. We also visited Kolang Elementary School. It's the other school that Mr. Moraca was a principal before he worked at the Tal Salvan School. The second nominee is Dr. Jesus Enchilada. Dr. Enchilada works at Alcad Guseo Memorial National High School in Iloilo. He is recognized for his outstanding work in culture-based education for the indigenous people of Iloilo. These are pictures of his activities. The third and the most recent awardee from the Philippines is the Sadat Minang. He works in Emerald Elementary School in Cotabato City. We visited him 2 years ago. These are pictures from our last visit. We had a very joyous, basically, atmosphere of which basically the whole village turned out to meet us, the parents on top of the teachers. We observed the active teaching activity of Dr. Sadat in his classroom. We also look at his pushcart knowledge, of which he go around the surrounding area of the school and basically provide education service to kids who could not yet attend school because of their hardship or some difficult situation. Then this picture of our visit to Dep ED, you see a picture of the Undersecretary Matthew and Director March. We also with the Royal Thai Embassy. The unique features of the PMCA award is what I call the after award activities, what I call the after sales service. So many activities. The first is we promote and support teachers. Second, we encourage learning development. Third is sharing experiences, of which in the first half of this year we share our experiences in handling the COVID pandemic in each country. And then the research and documentary work on the PMCA teachers. Like we provide support to the Pushcart project to Dr. Sadat. We organize study visit of the awardees, of which you see pictures of the awardees going around visiting cultural places of interest in Thailand. On sharing experience, we invite the awardees to present their work in what we call the show and share sessions in a technical forum. The next technical forum is coming in October. We also encourage participants to share their experience within communities of their own country, like Laos, PDR, the Philippines, Timor-Leste, and Thailand. The picture shows Mr. Sadat running a workshop in the Philippines. At the forum, we have this learning platform we invited eminent persons from PMCA countries to give a talk. You see the picture of our good friend Mike Lutz, who presented an excellent talk on his work. And we have this panel discussion of the awardees in respective fields. And then we have individual show and share session. You see on the right picture, a picture of Dr. Insilada running a show and share workshop. It's really lively. Apart from a PMCA forum, we encourage awardees to take part in other forums like Simeo Forum, sharing experiences. This is quite recent, of which the foundation ran a joint international conference online with the Equitable Education Fund EF of Thailand. It's a conference on equitable education, all for education. It's a virtual conference, basically the very first international conference of that size. At one session, we have the record something like over 4,000 people attend a session. We invited Sadat to present his work at this particular conference. This is the picture of Sadat and the banner promoting his work, and not just that, also in this panel discussion of which Dr. Tinsri moderated. Recently we find that we could engage youth from like countries. To our surprise, our youth are outstanding, I think, in their attitude, in their way of thinking, in their communication. So at the EEF PMCA forum, we have this forum of youth on equitable education. We have a representative, a girl from the Philippines, very well articulated. And I think in the second quarter of this year, we all have this show and share experience in handling COVID. We run 4 workshops virtually, of which we have something like 100 participants in each this show and share workshop. We have about 10 participants from ASEAN countries, the rest are from Thailand. So that also share experience in this show and share forum. This is examples of what Dr. Sadat tells us, how he coped with this community quarantine in this difficult period, how to other countries also tell us how to deliver education materials and learning to difficult places. And also Dr. Sadat came out with a second version of his push cart. Now it's a motorized push cart now. He goes about in his motorcycle and with a small learning hut as a pillion. And the last example that I'm proud to give is that we come out with a book called Out of the Ordinary, of which our good distinguished friend Mike Lutz is the editor. Mike is coming out with a second book in this series that will be distributed at this coming forum. So this is the last picture that captures everything. It shows Her Highness in group photographs of the 3 groups of awardees. The first group in 2015, the second group in 2017, and the third group in 2019. I hope you have a very successful online forum. You have invited 5 outstanding PMCA teachers from 5 countries. I have to congratulate Dep ED for organizing this forum so that we could share experience among our countries and particularly to teachers in the Philippines. Thank you very much.